Are we live?
Yeah.
Sir, that was the point of the countdown.
Hello, everyone.
We'll get this right one day.
No, we won't.
Welcome to this week's episode of Tampo. My name is HTT Paladin, the co-director of the Islands of Sina Una, and I'll be your DM. I'll be your DM of the evening. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. Let's go with Joshua. Hi, Joshua.
Hey, what's up? My name is Josh. As Paladin just said, I do some fun stuff. I stream a little bit. I'm a variety streamer on my channel. You can find me on social media at Joshua M. Simons. I am just happy to be here, honestly.
Who are you playing, Josh?
Oh, I'm playing Gani, the Volcano Dwarf fighter.
Who do you want to go next, Josh?
Let's do Latia because we like Latia.
Oh, nice. Hi. Latia. You may know me from such shows as this one. I am playing Faiza, the Carabao Tiefling wizard. I know what I am. Hey, CB, go next.
Oh, hello. Hi, Omega Jones here, also known as the Critical Bard. I'm a hot mess, tabletop professional, actor, vocalist, singer, all that shit. Can I cuss on your channel? I'm doing it anyway. And I'm playing Talarok, the most adorable mangrove halfling Babaylan you will ever meet. And if you don't know what a Babaylan is, one, check the VOD from last episode, and two, keep watching. And obviously, Mac Attack is next.
Hello, it is me. I am the Mac Attack. I'm Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. I am the lead writer for the Islands of Sina Una, which we are playing today. And I play Ligaya, a Balatkayo headhunter. We're not doing subclasses, right? It's just, yeah, I'm a headhunter, which is the other unique class to Sina Una.
Yes, indeed. All the players are using subclasses or classes and subraces from our book, The Island of Sina Una, which is available on deckofmany.com. And before we get into the actual game, we have some ad reads, which we open with a scene at a podium in front of a vast castle. At the podium, you see two figures. As they place the crowns upon their heads, we hear them speak.
Friends, nerds, fellow Brenovians, thank you for joining us this evening. Since the recent discovery that Omega and I share a royal lineage, things have been very busy adjusting to this new royal lifestyle.
But today, we are honored to have you all here for our first royal address, and it is with great pride that we stand before you now as your twin princesses, or as we are sometimes called, twincesses.
Now, most royal decrees like this one might include matters of state, honestly anything pressing, or something at least somewhat formal.
But we're not normal princesses. So instead, we're here to tell you about the dynasty we are building in the tabletop world.
With the help of those who brought us here to our newfound home, and most importantly, our fantastic sponsors.
Our sponsors such as Eldritch Foundry. Excuse me, help, I need my notes, please. Thank you, as I scroll up through Discord and find, hello. Thank you. Eldritch Foundry. Eldritch Foundry is a custom D&D miniatures company, and they have amazing new content that they released this week. They've added a bunch of spooky items, such as a pumpkin you can put on your head. And they're also giving you a free token to use on sites like Roll20. And if you're running sites, so if you're running spooky games on those, you can use stuff. Also during the month of October, if you order a physical mini, you will also get either Squish or Woofy in your order for free. You're welcome. Also, if you don't know, the D-Haws are back in town because you can get a D4 hat as well with Eldritch Foundry. Visit Eldritch Foundry.com and get 15% off your order using code Cena_Una15. Again, that is Cena_Una15.
Yes, what beautiful people. We also want to thank D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond has new digital dice that we're very excited about. Now available are the magical Archmage dice and the blacksmith dice, which come with 8 different varieties of metal dice. They are also getting all of the Curse of Strahd information updated on their site in preparation for Strahd Revamped. That's a fun pun.
We love our friends over at D&D Beyond. They're great. But I also want to mention another sponsor, which is the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many is working with many cool people. Specifically, if you go over to their site right now, you can purchase the Cena Una book in PDF form. Cena Una is what you're watching today, obviously. You're welcome again. But you can also check out other amazing products like Humblewood or Griffin's Saddlebag and more. If you want to purchase any products from the Deck of Many, please follow our affiliate link, which will be posted in the chat to help support the show.
Yes, they did publish a phenomenal book recently, and I cannot wait for my hardcover to arrive.
Oh, yes, they did.
Of course, we would be remiss if we didn't mention our friends over at the Kingdom of RockPunch.
If we hadn't been here on this very channel last week, we would have never learned of our family connection.
I guess you could say that they are the whole reason we're here. And that's why we want to dedicate this final portion of our first royal decree to them.
RockPunch is a great channel that creates cool and nerdy content on Twitch and YouTube. And as the first formal declaration in our reign, I, Omega, first of my name, the critical bard, the maestro, he who whines in the night, and Twincess of Brenovia, do decree that you follow RockPunch.
And I, Josh, second of my name, the creator of all things canon, and also, yes, Twincess of Brenovia, he who traps all thirst. Add that if we hadn't been provided this opportunity by RockPunch, we wouldn't be able to bring you this moderately funny content today.
And we also want to talk about the coolest shows on the RockPunch, like D4, the co-DM'd D&D stream on Sunday evenings that is loosely based on the Waterdeep Dragon Heist module.
And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m., you can join Babs as she fails at video games. For the entire month of October, she is playing spooky games.
And don't forget about Corner of the Macabre, which premiered last night. And I believe it shows every night, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on this very channel.
Yep. And on Thursdays, you can come hang out for retro gaming with Colton and Greg from 1 to 3. And you can relive all of your favorite childhood gaming memories with classic games and consoles. And
check out Weekly Wednesday YouTube video, whatever that's going to be, but you can check it out.
So, friends, fellow Brenovians, we thank you for being here and giving us this opportunity to return to you now as your rulers.
But before we put it into this bit, we want to give something back to you, the people of Brenovia. That's why we're going to tell you about today's giveaways. First and foremost, you can win a custom mini from Eldritch Foundry if you put in hashtag Eldritch in the chat.
Yes, and our second giveaway is a set of digital blacksmith dice on D&D Beyond. You can enter the code hashtag Beyond into chat when that is prompted, and at the end of the session, we'll draw those winners.
All right, it's the end of our proclamation to you, but as we leave to do our own civic duties, it is important that you exercise your own. While we are leaders by birthright, you have the power to elect the leaders you wish to see. So as our final decree, as Twincesses of Brenovia on this day, vote, period. That's all.
Yes, and now that our first royal decree is done, Paladin, back to you.
I love you too. Thank you for that. So as I said, I'm the co-director of the Islands of Cena Una. However, our main director, Seer Sword, is currently having a dice sale. They don't really happen all that often, but if you'd like to support the main creator of Cena Una directly, her website will be linked, I believe. It's just www.searsword.com. You'll see your storefront and a bunch of custom-made dice for sale right now. And as soon as Talarak and Gani return, we will get started. Yeah.
There's also really cool Cena Una pins available on the Cia site. I have some right here. I can show them off. So this one is it's in the bag. Hold on. I'm prepared for this. I swear. This is the Halia pin. Oh god, my terrible camera is not focusing. But there it is. There's Halia, the warrior goddess who created the Balatkayo and is generally a badass sister. And this is our favorite danger noodle who wants to eat the moon, Bakanoa.
All right.
This is also the logo for Cena Una.
All right. So now that we are here, last time we left off, you all had went into the jungle to try and find a missing child, and upon finding him and bringing him back to the village, the night became infinitely dark. In the morning, there's this heaviness that weighs down upon the village of Linaan. People talk, people trade, people go about their day, but it's with a sluggishness that is outside of what rain does. Now, when we last left off, our adventures were having the start of breakfast. Gani was taking the time to prepare tea and a small porridge meal with eggs, and here is where we begin. Gani?
Yes, as the rest of the group joins us for breakfast this morning, I will hand everyone a cup of tea that I've prepared. And once everyone has joined us, I will just start speaking to them. And it's tough when we fail. I don't know about you, but I like a good cup of tea when I know that I could have done better, but didn't. There's something peaceful about tea. It resets the mind. How did you all sleep?
I slept okay. I mean, it took me a little longer to get to sleep than it usually does, but it was fine.
Yeah, same.
Good.
I didn't sleep because I did not sleep because of failing, because it was hard for me to admit it. We didn't necessarily fail. From my training and understanding, we would have failed if they actually had a chance. And unfortunately, their lineage, their blood was tainted in ways they didn't know, or at least he didn't know. So even if we tried and left, we would have been leaving a wound that can't close, and a wound that only causes more pain. I didn't sleep just because I'm still having to process what it takes in means to be a Babailon. And though I've been going for a while, it's still just a little difficult to accept the truth.
Heavy burden you carry.
I don't like carrying things.
Well, then sit down. Have a cup of tea. Take the burden off your shoulders for a minute. We did learn one thing yesterday, and that is that together we defeated an Aswang that alone none of us could have faced.
That's true. I made you all something?
Oh,
Yeah. And very unceremoniously, Faiza will hand each of you a scroll. It's a very loosely wrapped scroll made of bamboo. So one of the things that I learned how to do, in addition to, using magic and things like that, was how to share it with people. And the first fight that we did yesterday didn't go quite the way we wanted it to. And I thought maybe I could just offer a little bit of help. And Talarak, I know that you joined us a little late, and I didn't quite know what to make for you, but you like to fix things, or at least try to fix things. So I figured that the one that I made for you would be beneficial. And so for you, Talarak, you have a scroll of mending. It's not much, but knowing that you can fix something small is helpful. And Gani and Lagaya, you have scrolls of shield. So if you want, or if something is hitting you that maybe you don't want it to hit you, you can just throw the scroll and you'll be a little bit harder to hit for a while. And those are one-time things.
Very kind.
thank you.
That was very nice of you. Though, in my training, I learned how to fix things pretty quickly. But it is a nice gift, but perhaps it's something you can keep and perhaps use if you need to.
Oh, I mean, I also know how to fix things
Oh,
pretty quickly. So maybe it could just be like a symbol of friendship.
of course. No, I didn't want you to think I was just like giving. I didn't want it. I just, I know that magic can be not as numerous as we would want. So, but
Right.
hey, who knows? Maybe I'll be put in a position where I can't talk to Bayani, and it will come in handy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And I mean, like, as I learn more, I'll be able to make more or better things. Like like she looks really small right now, being the tallest of us all. It's just I can only make like two decent ones, and I had already had the thought in mind, and then you came along and I didn't want you to be left out. So, and then she just kind of trails off and shoves porridge in her mouth.
No. You never left. No, thank you. And if I can if I can repay that, then I will. I will say, where my magic and where that lies for me is more in revitalizing, whether it's spirit or creature or nature itself. So if we're on these journeys and we I don't know, on a boat and we run into a rock and you get scratched, I can help you.
That's what I figured. I just didn't have any kind of magic like that I could help you with. So even material things are, good to be fixed.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with my hands too. You wouldn't guess it by how I know I'm pretty tiny compared to you all, but pretty good with boats and fixing things. That's where my background lies.
Me too. A little.
I like plop down finally, start nomming at a piece of maybe dried meat or something.
Heck yeah, food.
As I also start eating, it is a rule that I eat on the stream. Sorry.
It's not a CB stream if he doesn't eat.
True.
So what are y'all doing now?
Well, wow. I'm sorry. And I stand back up and I straighten myself out. And I'm like, would you like an extra person to be with your group, whatever you are doing? Because I think that you are awesome and I am trying to preserve nature and deal with bad stuff, and I can't do that alone. But I think you might need some help too. A parent, I don't know. Can I stay with you all? I have a boat.
I will reach out a hand and place it on Talarock's shoulder, if he will let me.
Mm.
Yes, we absolutely need your help. You are by far the most energetic and wonderful person that I have met on this island. And you have a floating blue otter that I cannot pet.
Wait, was that the otter, CB?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't tell if that was Bayani or Talarock just made a noise.
No. It was Bayani behind Talarock, probably looking behind him yeah, I want to come too. So
Yes.
okay, I wanted to ask, I didn't want to assume, you turn around and there's me and Bayani just kind of skipping behind you.
I would be grateful for your company. I don't have a particular destination in mind at the moment, but I'm happy to travel alongside you all.
My destination is everywhere. So if y'all want to go everywhere, eventually we'll get there.
That is a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have a boat, but I don't think it's as good as yours probably.
I mean, mine is just a Bilangai guy. I made it myself. It took a while.
Mine's a little rougher around the edges. It might take a little patching up. It's for one person or two people. So
Well, wherever we go, I don't want you to just get rid of your boat. It takes time to craft something like that. So how about we start by firstly going to go fix your boat, and then we can figure out what we're doing from there.
Start our own flotilla.
Hmm.
We
Now,
can
this
always
is a
just
good idea.
tie my tiny boat to the back of your boat.
Well, yeah. I figured we would do that regardless, but I still want it to be a tip-top condition. I can do that.
Talarock, if I remember correctly, you make boats, don't you?
I thought I said that like 5 minutes ago.
I was not listening.
Oh, it's okay.
If you make boats, do you know of a way to connect two boats together so that they are actually one boat?
I mean, yeah. We just need the right materials for it. But I could essentially use some planks and things to like almost put them side by side in a way. And as long as we are still steering correctly, yeah, that's doable.
Perfect. If you let me know what type of materials you need, I would be happy to help get them.
Of course, yeah. We can let's mend. Scroll of mending. Ha. Let's mend Lagaya's boat. At least just make sure that there's no bruises and holes and things, and we'll go from there. Then we could try to put them together. I like that.
Excellent.
Okay.
Now, if you excuse me, I had a long night and I'm really going to chow down now. CB says.
As you dig into your meal, you all have a large shadow loom over your group.
Yo.
You see in bandages and wearing his armor very loosely that dragonborn from yesterday, who you saved from to Busal. Do you mind if I join you?
I don't.
By all means.
Thank you. He sits down on the ground next to you all. I've been asking around all day. Do any of you have a boat?
As you know, mid bite. Yeah.
Can you describe it to me?
It's well, it's a bigger, like medium sized boat. And one second. One second. Shush.
Sure.
Yeah, hoo-ha! And it has. I mean, it's pretty long, and it's brown with some charred bits of pieces in it, and it's
You guys are
covered.
still in the harbor then. Does
Yes.
anyone else here have a boat?
I have like half a boat.
Can you describe it?
It's like if you took a Bilangai but made it really tiny and then also put a rip in the sails and maybe a couple holes in the hull.
I have some bad news, and I'm sorry.
Is it gone?
Someone took your boat.
Why would they take my? That's the worst boat in the harbor.
They took both of them, or just?
Just hers.
My half a boat.
Your balang?
Did you come here with a husband?
No.
Someone claiming to be your husband took your boat last night and killed half the dock workers. Lagaya, you also noticed that while his arm is in a cast in a sling, you notice that in the hand you see a gold death mask.
Okay.
I have some of the memories in here of one of the people that was killed.
All right. Do I have permission? And I'll reach out for it.
Are you okay with experiencing their death?
I suppose.
He grabs the mask with his good arm and holds it out to you.
I will take it.
Just put it on
Mhm.
and be careful.
I will put it on. I believe I have to make a saving throw.
Correct.
if I
When you
remember
remove
this
it.
correctly.
When you
It's-
remove it.
Oh, when I remove it.
Yep.
Cool. Then I will wait on rolling that dice.
Okay.
Connie's gonna make another pot of tea so that there's more tea waiting for the Gaia when she's done with that in case she wants tea. And he'll offer our new friend the tea as well.
I will put on the mask. I'm not real happy about my boat being stolen. Or people dying. Or someone claimed. There's a lot of things I'm not happy about, but we're going to put on this mask. Oh, Paladin disappeared.
No, I'm here. I have ranks in Stealth IRL and also a green screen.
I like Paladin's is like goodbye.
So you put on this mask and you relive 3 memories from
Okay.
this person.
Okay.
You find yourself about younger, much younger. You are this younger man named Salinga. You're a dock worker. You just started working alongside with your father and his father before him. You've always been some of the people who help out with the boats to make it to Linawan, because there's quite a walk from the dock over to the settlement. And you are one of the few people that can easily traverse from the village to the dock. It's something that your family's always done, something they're very proud of, to be natural wanderers throughout this poison forest without any real risk. But you remember the first day that you really went down that trail to bring new people in. It was a calm walk. There was nothing remarkable about it, but it felt different to you because you got to walk the same path as your father and his father before him, and your mother and her mother before her. It was a right, and you were happy that day. You relive uh, the first time you saw her. She was around your age. You're about mid-20s now. This was unexpected. She came for for the full moon ritual, and she was beautiful. And she looked at you and kind of just looked away. But as you walked towards the village, you two got to talking, and you two became close. And when the ritual was done and everyone was leaving, you two kept talking until the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. You're now older. You're in your late 30s. You say goodbye to your wife, who you met over a decade ago, who you've talked to every day since then. Tonight was a little bad. Someone died during the ritual. And this isn't a good night for your village, but like always, you have to go down to the dock to meet anybody who might be there and then head back. You make your way finally to the dock and you see someone unmooring one of the boats. You say hello. You call out to them. You look at them like that's not the person who owns this boat. The person who owns this boat was a younger Balatkayo, not this person. And you say hello to them, and they're a kind of older Balatkayo, a little older than the woman who owns this boat. And you ask him what he's doing here. Where does that boat belong to him? And he says, "Oh, I'm I'm her partner. This is this is my boat too. I have to leave ahead of time, but she'll be right behind me with her friends." And that doesn't sound right to you. That doesn't sound correct. She arrived by herself. You know this. You know every face that comes onto this boat. You've known it for 21 years. This person does not own this boat. This person's stealing it. You call him out, trying to intimidate him to stop. But as you do, he turns back around and his features are warping. His eyes are turning red. And you see giant wings erupt from his back. And you hear the great flapping of wings from behind you. And you feel a claw dig into your back, deep against the bone. And the memory ends. Ligaya, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
What's the DC?
14.
Oh boy. That is a 21.
As the mask comes off, you relive your life in fast forward, recovering everything that is you and everything you've been through in just a flash as you return to being you, and the memories seal back up into the mask. But you remember them. You remember Salinga. You remember the best moments of his life and his last.
Where is his wife?
Last I checked, she died a few years ago. Their kid is still here, if you want to talk to him, but he already knows.
Talarak looks over. One, does he know what just happened?
You know that she just put on a golden death mask. While many of them are for pure ritual, some masks have been enchanted to be placed onto someone's corpse and copy over some of their most precious memories, and sometimes the last moment of death.
Okay. Go ahead.
How long did that look like to us from Ligaya putting the mask on and to taking it off?
That was about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I look over and say, "What did you see?" You don't have to give details if you don't want it.
His name was Salinga. He was a dock worker from a long-standing family, and he carried that tradition with pride. He had a really beautiful wife. They met on a moonlit night, and they loved each other so much. And he has a son, and he shouldn't have died. Someone said they were my partner. They took on the form of someone they weren't, and they lied and they killed him.
They took on the form.
I didn't recognize the form, but I know the shape when they dropped the form. I know that shape. I saw it. I saw it.
Ligaya, you as Salinga didn't have dark vision, didn't have low light vision, but as you're coming into your body, the memories that you're recounting are altering a little bit just to account for your physiology. Can you make me a perception check?
Sure, I can certainly try.
Do it.
Yep.
Got this.
Okay, perception. That's a 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
You are looking at this figure through your own retrospect now, instead of the active vision of Selinga. And as you do so, you start to wheel in your mind, this person matches someone that you know, but you haven't seen them in a long time. That person looks like your dad.
I've never seen my dad. At least I don't remember seeing my dad.
But your mind is screaming that this is your dad.
That is not my dad. We're gonna go file that. We're gonna go compartmentalize that memory. Yeah, Lagaya doesn't say that one out loud. Like, Lagaya just has that feeling of that's my dad. But then her brain catches up and goes, no, it can't be. I've never seen my dad. That can't be my dad. And then just goes, they were a shape changer. They took on a form of an older Black Coyote. They warped. They grew wings.
Like an like another Oswong?
Mac knows. Does Lagaya?
Question?
I know. I have a hunch as to what Oswong this is. Does Lagaya?
Can you roll me a nature check?
Okay. That's a natural one. Lagaya has no clue.
No clue whatsoever.
I hate it. I hate it because Mac knows exactly what this is.
But Lagaya is compartmentalizing father memories. It makes sense.
It does narratively, but it's not. Mac's meta knowledge is gonna haunt me, like my father.
My father.
Ah, yes. The true story behind Tampo, compartmentalizing your father.
Oof.
Boy.
Oof.
How long do we have?
Don't like that one. Don't like that one.
How many seasons we gonna need for that?
Oh, God, I don't know. Compartmentalize that number. The Dragonborn is still looking at you, Lagaya. So, you're without a boat.
Yeah.
Do you know why someone would take yours?
They need a boat.
There's 30 boats in that harbor.
I don't know.
Maybe they thought, I mean, no offense, Lagaya, but you did tell us about your boat, and maybe they thought that no one would miss it.
Maybe. It seemed like the person who stole it knew me, though.
You think so?
Well, I mean, it wasn't just a random boat they stole. They stole it because it was. They took on a form that was like me, looked like someone I would know. They knew at least I was a Black Coyote. They knew who I was, and it seems more intentional. Do you is the boat, did they take the boat? Did they destroy it? What happened to it?
Sailed off with it. It's not here in the harbor anymore.
Well, I mean, if they don't know how to fix the boat, I don't think it could have gotten far.
Then we need to go.
I want to find Selinga's kid.
He would be at the dock this time of day. A lot of people are leaving.
Yeah, I want to talk to him.
Far be it from me to stop you. Be careful.
Thank you.
The Dragonborn slowly gets up using his arm, and he makes his way back to the Torrigon.
The guy is a little shell-shocked.
Talarak.
Maybe I'm still tired, or maybe I'm reading into things, but why did he come in specifically just to tell you that somebody took your boat?
I'm assuming it was because he was asking around for whose boat people took. I'm assuming it's because a lot of people died by the person who tried to steal my boat.
That's okay. That makes sense. It just felt weird. It felt like he had more of a stake in it than just being concerned.
He did ask you first about your boat. I think he's just been asking everyone.
That's fair.
He's a headhunter as well. We are kind of more aware of that sort of thing.
Okay. I don't know all of that personally, but
we're more aware of death when it happens, not like on a spiritual level, but we deal with it in our own ways. And when people die because of someone, indirectly or not, it's something we get involved with. And these ones are on my hands, apparently.
No. I know that. Well, I don't know what being a headhunter means, but I know what being a Babylon means. Someone saw an opportunity, but that doesn't mean that you are part of that. What that does mean, though, is now we can attempt to right whatever wrong they've caused.
I saw them when they were coming out, when we were leaving the forest. I thought it was a trick of the light. I saw that same figure with the wings, and I should have said something. But they were flying away from Linaan, so I thought it'd be fine. I was wrong.
Should we play a game that my mentor used to play with me, and that's what if? I'll ask a series of questions, and if you can actually give me a good answer, then maybe it's a good thing. But you probably won't be able to give a good answer. What if you said something? What if you alerted us to that potential ashram after we just fought a Malachite? What if they decided to come towards us and not against us?
We weren't in a shape to fight another Aswang.
Exactly. And while we mourn for the lives lost, more lives would have been lost if we chose a different route. And now we can do something about it.
Yeah, okay. We need to find that person.
But you wanted to find the son first, right?
They're at the dock, so it'd be on our way.
Okay.
If we're ready to go. I know you, and I'm sort of gonna nod towards Gunny. You have your market stuff to pick up and all that. And I don't want to get in the way of that because, money.
I did that before breakfast. I'm ready when you are. Let me just pack up my things.
Okay. Anyone else have anything left to do?
Got everything I came here with.
Okay.
Yeah, my stuff's on my boat. Anything I didn't need to carry with me.
Luckily, there wasn't really anything on my boat.
So, you all leave a little bit just to just let Gani gather his things while you finish up breakfast. Gani, you return to where you were staying at and grab a few things you brought with you off away from Tulunan over to Adlato. You return back to the group who is ready to go.
As
What
we
do you all
walk to
do?
the dock, I presume we're walking to the docks. As we do, I would like to kind of pull Faiza to the side briefly as we're walking, and I'll just ask her, why do you think the Dragonborn didn't ask about our boats? Do you have a boat?
No, I came on a boat with other people.
I don't have a boat either.
You recall that he asked Talarak, and then he asked Lagaya, and when Lagaya said a boat that matched the description that was seen, he stopped asking.
I'm aware, but I'm offended that he didn't ask me.
Offended.
What if it was my boat? I would want to know. Anyways.
Oh, Gani. Oh, Gani.
Oh, Gani.
We love one himbo right now.
Right?
God, we love one himbo.
When you see Faiza crack the first smile that she's had for like the whole morning, like after from the events of the night previous to now. And she looks down at you and says, well, next time we hear about dock murders, we'll have to make sure you have a boat.
Thank you. That is very kind of you.
And then there's this look on her face that is like, I wasn't serious, but the genuine look of happiness on Gani's face is like, I can't say anything else. I usher us to follow everybody else.
As you make your way towards the docks in Adlaato, you recall that you had a guide escort you towards Linawan before, and currently operating without a guide. Could I get a survival check from all of you, or from one person that you elect, and then someone else who wants to assist?
Hold on.
Who's good at survival?
I'm pretty sure, but one second.
I also elect to be the one because I'm tall.
I'm okay at survival.
That's
I
fine.
have proficiency in survival, but it is a plus. My proficiency is only a +2, and my wisdom is a solid 0. So
Well,
I am wise.
I'm not good at survival. However, I thought I was. I wasn't. I was thinking about something else. Anywho, whoever's doing it, was that? It's a Faiza, Gani, Loga.
I'm happy to do it.
Who do each? Here's the thing. What I was going to say is, I personally think Tyler Rock is maybe a little comfortable getting around, just because he's been here for a little bit. However, he would definitely, whoever it is, he's going to go to your shoulder, and as my hand goes to your shoulder, Bayani's hand almost goes over. And I say, you'll be fine. And I cast guidance.
yeah, Lagaya is definitely preoccupied, so she is not up for doing a check.
I'll try to navigate.
She's busy compartmentalizing. Could I get some rolls then?
Yes.
Who is going to be the main survivalist and who's going to assist?
I will do the main role.
Faiza? You look like you want to say something.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. The way Paladin does it is that if you're proficient in survival, you are able to assist. The way we've done it before, I've been the main roller, and one of the proficient people has been helping me. So we could do it that way.
Here's a good thing to know. Talarock, just so you know, mechanically can give the help action as a bonus action. So literally almost whatever ability check that you might need proficiency, an advantage on, I literally can give it to you as long as I help in some way, shape, or form. That's a mechanics, that's not proficiency.
It's the main role. Someone help.
I can help you.
Help me.
Great, and then I will give you guidance regardless. There we go. We figured it out.
What was your role, Gani?
That is an 11. I rolled very poorly.
Okay.
On brand for us, really.
But that is good because I think it's over a 10 where Paladin is like, yes, that is enough to help. So that's a grand total of 22.
22. All right. So 2 things occur to you as you're guiding your party towards the dock, Faiza. You recount the pathways you took and the way you took them, and you can surmise you get there in a few hours by midday. But as you're moving along, you realize there's 2 things that Adla Ato itself, its forests are quite well known for. The first are poisonous plants. Plants of all kinds that can stop the heart, the lungs, the muscles, the brain. All kinds of things here can put an end to someone in a myriad of ways. You also recount the other thing that Adla Ato is known for, and that is the several thousand boar population. Boars run rampant on Adla Ato, and while you haven't seen any, you knew that, Adla Ato has a bunch of boars. As you're making your way towards the dock, your party does encounter 2 such boars who are massive and hunchbacked, and they're covered in these spines along the back and shoulder blades. They're rather perturbed that you exist. Could I get some initiative?
Only because you asked nicely.
Can't we just walk past the board?
See, you can walk. The problem is that they're running at you with a 60-foot move speed.
Oh no.
Oh, geez.
Oh
It's like, so it's like as this happens, it's like, oh yeah, I remember we went this way. And she's just kind of like recounting things about the island. If I remember correctly, it's strange we didn't see any last night, but why aren't there any oink, 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 or whatever noise boars make?
Yeah, as you're just like, there's poisonous plants, and as you turn around, and boars, and you just hear as one just charging down the path at you.
no. Cool.
Excellent, fantastic.
So, could I please get some initiative? What are your totals?
17.
17 for Gani.
6 for Faiza.
Excellent. Talarock? You're eating. Ligaya?
13. Are any of them within range of a melee attack?
Not quite. They're running
Okay.
in.
Never mind.
3 because of a natural 1.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hey, you're catching up to us.
Yeah.
Congrats, you got your nat
Welcome
one.
to Sina Una.
Everyone.
And I guess my dice sympathize. I guess my dice sympathize with Talarock, because one of these boars did in fact roll a 1 on initiative.
Good job, boar.
Quick, wait, no, backtrack, Latia. Did you just hum the Jurassic Park theme?
No.
No, she hummed the "What are those" theme. Not copyright.
Of course, the classic "What are those?" that Jurassic Park based their theme song off of.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Including the CGI scene. They just took the boots out.
Legally
that's-
distinct.
With that said, Gani, there are some boars running at you. They're about 25 feet away. What are you going to do about that?
I am going to stand between the boars and the party. And I am going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my Guardian Roar.
All right.
Because I want them to have disadvantage attacking my allies. They need to both make wisdom saving throws, DC 13.
1 succeed, 1 fail.
Okay, fair enough. And now that I'm standing between them, I'm going to take a step forward just to be close enough to strike at the first of the 2 boars as they approach.
Okay. Well, this first one is charging at you and is going to make an attack roll.
That's fine.
I'm going to assume that a 25 hits.
Just barely.
Oh, that's some. I felt some fear right there. Let's see here. The fun thing about boars is that when they run in a straight line towards you, if they hit a minimum distance, they deal extra tusk damage.
Yes, I assumed.
Please take 22 points of damage.
Jesus fuck!
As a boar slams into you, and can you make me a strength saving throw to avoid being knocked prone?
Absolutely. How is a 19?
A 19 succeeds. This thing slams straight into your chest, the impact and the tusks grinding away at your skin, but you shove this thing off before it can push you to the ground.
Cool. I would like to slash at it with my glaive now.
All right.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
In that case, it will take 13 points of slashing damage. And I will just say, rude. You should always announce where you're walking.
The boar responds eloquently of...
A fair point.
That brings us to Lagaya.
Hi. So there's 2 boars. One is in front of Gani. Where's the other one?
The other one is still making its way downtown.
Walking fast?
Charging fast, and it's gore bound.
Okay. I'm gonna go run up to that one.
All right.
And take a swing with my my new bunang.
I'm so
Ooh.
upset.
Okay, which dice? Okay. All right, so first attack with the bunang.
All right.
That's a natural 20.
Fuck yeah, it is. Wait, are we still not cussing? No, that went off already. Good.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. Thankfully, the no cussing happened during like compartmentalizing issues, and so no cussing was happening. I was okay. So that's whew. Oh, it's my first crit. It's the first crit. I'm so excited. Okay, wait a minute. I don't remember for conviction damage. Does that doubles on a crit too, right?
I have the PDF open. Let's review. Isn't it fun how we made these and we don't remember?
Yep.
I remember we explicitly we said something about crits. I just don't remember what it was.
Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, no, it is multiplied on a crit.
Woo!
So I have regrets right now.
Cool.
As you are rolling an additional 2d8 points of force damage.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled max damage on both dice. So that's 10 force damage plus 6 plus 1 is also to damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Yes.
that's
But the plus one itself isn't multiplied, only the dice you roll is.
yeah, I know. I didn't update that on my character sheet. So that is just
Oh.
10 slashing, so 20 damage total. Second attack, bonus action.
Don't crit.
Don't crit, please.
What if she did though?
Or what if she did though, right?
Do it.
That's less. That is definitely not a crit. That is only a 10.
A 10 does not hit.
That's fine.
Can I retroactively do a thing that I was looking for and I couldn't find it and I just found it?
What would it be?
It was a reaction
Two?
to Gani getting hit.
Yes.
Thank you. You still definitely get gored by a boar. But as you do, it's almost like for a split second, at least how I picture it, almost like for a split second, time doesn't necessarily freeze, but there's a moment of like realization. And right next to you, you will see like an apparition of Bayani, literally siphoning some of that pain from you. As I use one of my things from my subclass. If a creature with other than myself that's within 30 feet of Bayani takes damage, I can use my reaction to expend a spell slot and reduce the amount of damage taken. And I'm going to expend a second level spell slot. So that's going to be 4 plus 2d6. Oh, nice. That is 14 points taken of damage that you don't take.
Solid.
So
I feel a lot better.
You should.
Right. Well, that would bring us over to Faiza.
Me. I am going to what is the path we are on? Is it dirt, stone?
Yeah, dirt.
Dirty stone. Are there rocks about?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna launch one of those rocks at the boar that is haranguing Gani, and I need it to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe, as I cast catapult.
All right.
DC 13.
DC 13. Okay. What save? Sorry.
Do.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Nice. That is what I like to hear. It will take average damage. I like it. 12 points of bludgeoning damage as I hurl a rock.
Okay. At which one? The one in front of Gani or the one in front of Lagaya?
The one in front of Gani.
Okay, thank you. And then that brings us over to, if that's the end of your turn,
It is.
that brings us to Talarok.
So one boar is dead? Did I hear
Nope,
that?
still up.
Okay. So one boar so there's a boar that's in front of Gani that's looking bad, and then the one that Lagaya hit, correct? Or did they only, okay.
Both have been damaged, one by Gani and Faiza, and one by Lagaya.
Cool. Then I yes. Once I see Gani get hurt and I see Bayani do her thing, and I go, I'll stay with Gani. Can you please help Lagaya? And please, and Bayani kind of like has this like really gentle disposition around Gani, and then just and goes after the other boar and almost like swipes, but actually swipes. I cast inflict wounds.
All right.
I can do touch spells through her. You know what? Again, things that I should just have open, all spells, because I don't right now. I know it's a roll. That should definitely hit. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Thank you. Great. Okay, there it is. It is 3d10 necrotic. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Nice. And you
Ones, right?
know what? No, not at all. Well, let me add a 0 behind 2 of them. Yeah, that is. I was going to ask if I wanted to add any spirit. That's 9. No, that's 25 points of damage.
Tasty.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So, Bayani scratches at this boar, and at where its claw passes through, you see the sudden just growth of necrotic energy coursing through this boar, burning away and singeing a lot of the tissue, and this boar screams and falls down dead.
Yeah.
I guess go, yay! Thanks, Bayani. And that is, and now as a bonus action, I rushed over to Gani, kind of standing behind him a little bit, and I'm like, I'm pretty good at animals. Can you aim at the spot right beneath it as I give you the help action, bonus action? So that gives you advantage on your next attack.
Oh, sure.
And that brings us, if that's the end of your turn,
It is.
to the second boar.
No.
And all right, sure. We're gonna go over to I'm gonna take my boar's turn. This one, who is going to start frenzying in front of Lagaya.
Wait, I thought I just killed that one.
Were you aiming for the one? I thought you were aiming for the one in front of. My bad. I'm a dum dum.
Oh my god, I just killed. So Bayani and Lagaya are in front of one. Gani, Faiza, and now Talarak is in front of is next to the other.
Okay. The remaining boar is going to frenzy.
The one that's in front of Gani.
Yes.
Did he take his turn before Gani?
It was in the midst of taking an action when initiative started.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It is going to frenzy.
No.
Which means it's going to take 2 attacks.
Is it going ham?
Yes.
Yeah, actually. Oh, I hope this hurts a lot.
Plus 10 space points to Mac.
All right, cool. That was dangerous. That was almost 2 crits.
Okay.
No.
God, I would have.
It was almost. It wasn't though.
It
Almost
was not.
18
No.
to 19s don't matter.
Yeah. But I'm gonna. All right, Gunny.
Yes.
I'm real sorry about this.
No, you're not. How much damage?
Can you make me a strength saving throw?
Yeah, sure.
2 of them.
Okay. The first one is a 15.
All right.
The second one is a 16.
All right. Please take 15 points of damage.
I will.
As this thing hits you once and kind of like lifts you up off the ground and knocks you prone.
Okay.
That's going to be the end of its turn. I think it's going to bring us over to Gunny.
Yes, I'm going to stand back up.
Got this.
And I'm going to stare at it menacingly. And as a bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind to give myself some hit points back, and then I'm going to attack it.
All right, go for it.
Can you please share with your real face what a menacing look on Gani's face looks like?
It just kind of looks like this.
Disappointed dad.
Disappointed dad
Perfect.
vibes. No,
Disappointed dad.
Absolutely.
no, it's so hurtful. Ow.
And I will attack at advantage because of the help. And that is a 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Beat his abs.
And that is 6 points of slashing damage. Not quite as good as last time.
All right.
Is it still standing?
It's still standing.
I would like to action surge.
Yeah, you will.
I know you. I know
yeah.
you would.
Yeah, you would.
That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And that is only 4 more points of damage because I rolled a 1.
That would actually kill it.
Excellent. I would like to swing and whiff, but then fall into it anyways.
All right. So that is 2 dead boars. One of them has tissue that's inedible, but most of it's still salvageable. Other one that has some cuts into it, but is fully edible. I will now take the time to say that boars are very hefty animals, and each one of these is going to weigh around 2,500 pounds.
2,500?
Yeah, boars are dense.
They thick boys.
2,500 pounds.
Chonky.
So
2,500 pounds.
Wow.
2.5 tons.
I probably weigh like 15, so no, I don't weigh that much, but I'm not that little. But okay. Once it's done, I say, hey, Diana, can you just look around real quick? And I mean, there's nothing I really can do mechanically, but they're just going to see if anything else is hiding.
Can I try to liberate some tusks from these boars?
Ooh, liberat.
Sure, survival, please.
Heck yeah.
I
want
was
some guidance?
This time.
Sure. Yeah, all of it. Assist me. Help.
I'll be looking to retrieve as much edible meat as possible.
and I'll
Sure.
try and join in and either help with the meat retrieval or do some pelt skinning. Or
The boar
Help
you
retrieval.
know, gross.
Sure. The pelt for the one that got hit by inflict wounds would be worthless,
Yeah, I figured.
as a lot of the fur and skin has been necrotic away.
Ooh.
However, the one that Gani was facing, there's a few cuts, but you could salvage the pelt on this.
Unassisted survival check on this with guidance was a 21.
All right. You're able to take out 2 tusks from each boar.
Nice.
And in the vein of Oregon trailing this, you can only get about 300 pounds of meat if you really work at it.
I don't know that we need that much.
I don't
but,
think we need that much meat.
You
I
know,
mean, just have a meat-based diet and eat nothing but meat for the next, year.
Forever?
Yeah.
God, I don't like bacon that much.
I think enough to make some jerky for the way and to have a nice bacon breakfast and maybe a bacon lunch and a bacon dinner. But beyond that,
What,
I think it should all be dried.
50 pounds, I think, might be good for all of us.
Yes, for a long time.
Yes.
It's a lot of meat.
It's so much meat.
God, it's so much meat. I think that's more than
I
that's
don't-
like bigger than Ghani size of meat. That's a lot of meat.
It's bigger than
Yes.
it's like Talarock sized meat.
It's yeah.
Please understand that I don't have ice. So either we can dry store this or it will go bad.
We'll make it into. We'll dry it.
Yes.
Okay.
Get some salt.
Get a lot of salt. We gotta get salt anyways.
Yeah, get
Also,
salt.
cooked food lasts a lot longer, and the kind of boat that Talarak has would have the means of cooking food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was actually specifically thinking, like, on the boat, I don't have any way of storing cold things, but I can store dried things. Yeah.
So, with these boars dead and your trophies, pelt, and meat collected, you continue along the way towards the docks with Faiza guiding you.
But after Gani gets meat, he will see Bayani kind of come over to him and like do the thing as if she can touch him, but kind of go kiss as I cast Cure Wounds on you because you got hurt, Beats. You got hurt. It's bad. I'm gonna cast that first level. You'll be fine. What was it, 1d6 or some shit? Fucking know.
Cure Wounds is 1d8.
Look at you. You know shit that I don't.
I play clerics.
D&D Beyond. We need Sina Una and D&D Beyond.
Oh, buddy, don't I wish it?
That is 9 plus because I am a healing Babylon. That is not. Oh, bitch. Sorry. That is 9 plus. Where are you at? By proficiency bonus 2. 11. 11 points of healing.
I'm at full health.
Success.
Now, with the 4 of you with your spoils in tow towards the dock, we will take a break right now. So everybody, both in game and in chat, please, stretch your legs, get some water. CB, what's the catchphrase?
Hydrate or dihydrate.
There we go.
Josh made it, technically.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, that is his catchphrase that he told. I was like, I need a catchphrase. And he was like, hydrate or dihydrate. And I was like, oh shit. And it became my official hydrate command.
I
You
like
can
that.
buy a sticker in CB's store. that I also made.
Ooh.
All right.
Hey,
Well-
Alex Stickies.
So stretch your legs, hydrate or dehydrate. Maybe check out CB's store, and we'll be back in 15.
Are we here?
Nope, we're still here. We're still
Oh,
here.
yeah, we're still. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody dance.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tampo. Last we left off, our party learned about some deaths over at the docks of Adlaato, and they were very violently reminded of boars on the island. The several thousand boar population that, while not mentioned up until this point, does exist and is actually part of the book. But for those of you who might be coming in for the first time, this is episode 3 of Tampo, an adventure taking place in the islands of Sina Una, a new book based off of pre-colonial Filipino mythology and culture, now available on the Deck of Many's website. And we're gonna get right back into the action with the 4 of you do eventually make your way out of the forest and onto the docks of Adlaato. You see that a lot of the boats that have been here are now gone. You see a lot of people as well gathered and talking, while some people are currently cleaning up the docks themselves. There are a few people lying about here and there, sitting down or working on individual tasks, but there is a hushed tone over the docks. What do you do?
Which one is your boat, Talarak?
It's that one. Sorry, I was typing out what he just said. I would well, make sure my boat's still there. It better be. Is my boat's still there, Paladin?
Yes, you do see your boat.
I would look at it and you see my face get excited, but then I kind of like bring it back for that one right there. It's the Bilangai. It's nice, and as you can see, it is like it looks like a really nice, Bilangai, which is a slightly bigger ship with a like a roofed thing over it, kind of. But where it's brown and like natural wood, there are spots of it that are like filled in with like charred wood. It's tight and constructed correctly, but you can tell that it was definitely made not for lack of a better word, commercial use. Yeah.
For those of you who aren't aware, a Bilangai is a type of boat found in the Philippines and found in Sina Una. It is essentially a very, very large rowboat type shaped boat, large enough for a small hut structure that serves as a home. These boats are made to be domestic living, where people will live out for weeks or months at a time at sea, because that is their natural environment, returning to land only every now and then to get supplies they couldn't normally get themselves. They are made essentially just as homes on the water. And depending on the purpose of the boat and depending on the purpose of what it's supposed to be doing, it's made to a variety of sizes. For boats that are made for long distance travel from island to island, they are rather large with one larger hut or 2 large huts structures on top of it, with a large sail somewhere near the front or middle of it to gather wind. Talarak, is there just one structure or 2?
I feel like it's probably just one.
Okay. Inside this one structure, there would be a place to sleep, a place to cook, a place to sit, kind of benches all along the rim of the walking space of the boat, as well as storage on the inside of the boat. Just in different panels, you can just lift up and you can find storage space. There'll be supplies here for long distance travel, so cooking, repair tools, an extra set of sails, something to put out fire, like a bucket because you're in the water, just things to survive at sea for months and months at a time.
Yeah.
but you do in fact see your vessel. And what color are your sails?
Ooh, good question. I believe they are. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna not ask you to help me, but I'm gonna tell you what I believe, and then you tell me what that would equate to. But I
Sure.
believe the color of the cells are definitely some form of green to represent the mangrove, a color to represent his mother,
Hmm.
um, and a color to represent his journey as a Babilon. Whatever that is, and whatever pattern makes sense, but that feels right.
Sure. So sails are never actually just the one cloth. It's usually a few sails to help gather wind. So it
Hmm.
would be three sails, one large, one smaller, and one smaller still.
Perfect.
Um, so let's go through. What's the first color?
The color it's like foundation up. So the mangrove.
Right.
So it's like a greenish. Um, I want to say almost more of a muted green.
Sure. So that would be around the color of their leaves, because
Yeah.
they can become very vibrant, but a lot of the time in sunlight they do become just this pale, calmer green tone.
Mm.
Um, Second color was the color that will represent your mother.
Hmm.
Your mother would have been very fond of different fruits and different things that grew on the island. So probably a nice warm yellow. Um, and as for to represent your journey as a Babilon, it could be the waters of Pahinga. It could be uh, the color black that your tutor wore quite often. It could also just be your favorite color, one to represent you.
I like the waters, honestly.
So it'd be a kind of deep teal,
Hmm.
as the waters of Pahinga will be not just filtered away from a lot of the salt of the sea, but almost purified because of all the residual spiritual energy in Pahinga and from being filtered through so many mangrove trees.
Hmm.
So kind of pure teal color, and those are the three colors of your sails. But as you arrive in the dock and you see your ship, what do the four of you do?
I still want to find Selinga's kid.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
I don't know. I didn't think this far ahead.
And you are compartmentalizing. I want to say this word right eventually on the first try, but not tonight.
Godspeed. Um, would I have seen? Was he wasn't in the memory, was he?
No.
Shoot. Um, I guess I'm just gonna. If there, can I see a dock worker that looks kind of similar to the woman I saw in the memories?
Um, Make a perception check.
I can certainly try.
Is it obvious she's looking for someone?
Yes.
Take guidance.
Ooh, yay! Ooh, that's tasty. Ooh, that's tasty. Hold on. 21 plus my perception plus 3, so that's 24.
24. Um, the woman that he saw was an elf. With roots growing in her hair and just a beautiful smile on her face, pairing with her stature and muscle. Um, but Slinga himself was a human, which would make his any offspring that he would have with her a half elf. And as you try and look around, you look for something, and you do in fact see one man just kind of sitting sitting at the edge of the dock talking with someone. And you see that he has some roots in his hair, but you also see that his hair turns into this very vibrant purple and brown, similar to the flowers found in Alato, the poisonous ones. And you can tell from just his back that he's definitely a dock worker. He's definitely someone who has worked with his hands for most of his life. There are dock workers, and there are people who just work the dock. He's a strong lad.
He beefy?
He beefy.
Okay.
Not teefy beefy, but beefy.
I hate the fact that that sentence has context.
Yeah, isn't it just the worst?
Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't want to interrupt the conversation, but I'll just sort of keep an eye if their conversation seems to be finishing.
As you approach, that you can hear that they're just kind of idly talking. Not really saying anything of importance in particular, but the man seems a little distant and vague. But as you get closer, you see that he's talking to a woman, and they're holding hands.
Oh, okay, I don't want to interrupt that. That's cute.
As you go to step back, the woman turns around, and you see that she is a half elf just like him. She looks at you, looks at your arms and looks at your legs, and then taps uh the person she's talking to, and he turns around and looks at you. And while he looks very sullen and distant at first, as he turns, he sees you, and his expression goes dark.
I'll approach then. Your dad, your father was Salinga, right?
That's him. And who are
Yeah.
you?
The creature that attacked your father was masquerading as a relative of mine, and I wanted to not offer my condolences because I know that doesn't fix anything, but at the very least say that I'm going to find who took his life, and I promise to give you, your father, and the others who died the rights to a safe passage onward. I know that doesn't fix anything, but I just wanted to come by and say that.
Can you make me a persuasion check at disadvantage?
Yeah, I certainly can. That's not great.
I would say that I'm probably standing not too close to the guy, but behind, close enough.
Okay, that's a 2 on the die.
Oof.
For a 2 total.
Great.
I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just
You okay there?
Mac.
All right, cool. The half elf takes a moment before he stands up, and as he does, you realize that he's tall for a half elf. And he steps up to you, and he's just about an inch higher than you, and he looks at you in the eyes. She's pregnant. And he's never going to meet him, her, it, whatever my child is. He's never going to meet them. And unless you kill whatever that was, that's on you.
I know.
He walks past you, shoving you with his shoulder as he heads towards the docks, the main.
Rock stands in front of him.
Can you make me a persuasion check?
I'm going to guidance myself. With a -1, that is a 19.
A 19. All right, let me roll opposed.
Of course.
Paladin just disappears.
As you stand in front of him, he very pointedly walks over you.
Hey, hold on a second.
Do you want to speak to your father or not?
As he's walking away, he already calls out, "I already did." You're left there on the dock end with the woman.
I just sort of, I kind of look at her and say a very empty, "I'm sorry, I can't do more," and then I'll just walk away.
As you're walking away, you hear a snapping of fingers behind you from her. She pats the dock next to her, inviting you to sit.
I'll sit.
She points with her finger at the water, and far up ahead, you see this very small boat with a sealed top on it, sailing into the water. And as you see it kind of sailing away from the island, you see the water around it start to darken. And as it sails farther away, you see the water make this splash, and the boat is gone.
What happened?
He went to the Black River.
Right. Right.
Tsubai is angry right now. I'm very sorry for what he said to you.
He's not wrong.
He is. And when his temper cools down, he's going to be mournful. His pain is real, but his actions aren't valid. And I'm sorry for that. Are you okay?
I'm gonna find him. I meant what I said.
I know you will. It's what your kind does. Do you need anything? Is there something I can help you with, though?
No, we're good. Just take care of him. Grief is hard.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to remain here for a while. And when he calms down, he'll come back here.
Okay.
Stay safe in your journey, okay?
You stay safe as well.
We will. Me and Selinga. So what do you do?
I will. I don't. Okay. I will smile at that, and I can't do anything now, but I'm definitely making a note for rights later. But I will sort of nod, and I'll sit there for a little bit, just kind of quietly listening to the water and following the path of the boat. And I will go and once it looks like we're ready to leave, I'll go over to Telerock's boat.
Okay. And the rest of you? What are the three of you doing?
Once the woman asked Ligaya to sit down, I think Faiza would have, like, Talarak, what do you look like right now? Like,
I want the chat to know right now that we're over here like Faiz and Tyler Rock was about to beat this dude ass for trying to with a guy. Anywho, once he literally got stepped over, that's disrespectful. He probably was watching Lagaya more than anything.
Okay.
But when she sat down, he would have turned to probably look to see where the guy went and probably caught your eye.
Okay. Faiza is very pointedly looking at Talarak like, why don't you show me your boat? I'm really interested in the charred wood. Honestly, this isn't an attempt to calm you down or anything. I really want to see your boat. This is totally an attempt to calm you down.
I look back at Lagaya and I guess, okay. And I will go show her my boat. But I'm learning something about this character and that he's petty.
His character?
No, not all of my characters are petty. I'm just now realizing that he's protective.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of knew that, but I was manifesting. But no, he is like showing her what it looks like. I mean, getting to the wire just a little bit to look at it. But he is looking at the sun to see where he's at.
The sun is helping out with other sealed boats. And you know that these are boats that serve as coffins. Like the boat that you saw out in the water, it's going to be sent out after asking the water to guide it, and it's going to wind up in the Black River.
And based off of what he told me, I assume that someone has already attempted to contact the dead?
Yes.
All of them?
You wouldn't know. You know that he's spoken to his father.
Yes. I can ask those who have passed for more information about what ended them, just so we understand more. Is that a good idea?
Maybe not. Not now. I mean, you could. The way it sounds is like, it sounds like his father has already been contacted by Abba Bailan, and I think he's angry.
Well, no, I don't want to. Well, if they've already been contacted, then the connection no longer exists. I could talk to someone else, another lost soul.
I mean, is that something that you want to do, or?
I've never done that before, so I don't know if I want to do it or not. I was talking with Bayani, and Bayani I felt renewed, like there was more I could do. So
Gotcha.
Maybe not. I figured if we're leaving to find it, if we know more about it.
I mean, that makes sense, though. But I think the time to do it would have been if we had known last night.
Okay. Then I guess we'll just find it on our own. I think we could do that.
Yeah. We're pretty cool. Right, Gunny?
Yes, I've kind of been absent-mindedly as they've been having this conversation. I'm seated, not actually on the boat, but kind of on the dock by the boat. If it's possible, I would like to have my feet dipped into the water, and I am very diligently cleaning my weapon after this most recent fight, taking some time to really like get in and polish it and that type of thing. And pointedly, I'm my attention is primarily back over on the docks, kind of splitting my time between keeping an eye to make sure that Lagai is okay, and then keeping an eye on where the sun is, but just sitting there, taking care of my weapon and keeping an eye over there. So this like snaps me out of that. Yes. What?
Nothing.
Well, I probably agree.
While you're there, I'm sure you know this, but that water can do more than just clean. If you have a way of containing it, keep some with you, especially if we're going to find whatever did this.
Yes, a good idea. DM, I'll make a point of finding some way to keep a little salt water with me, perhaps purchasing an extra flask or a bottle or something to store
Put
some
a
in.
little salt water in your soul.
To answer verbally, Faiza, yes.
Okay, cool.
So there are people gathered on the dock helping out with construction of coffins to sail out into the sea. Lagaya, you were with the woman at the dock, but what are you doing now?
Does it look like the boat? I'll just sort of watch a little bit. And then once I think I see Talarak and Faiza and Gani sort of all get on the boat and start getting ready to leave, I'll excuse myself and join them.
Okay. Gani, for the additional supplies for this trip, it would run you about 3 gold.
Sure.
You aren't buying rations, you're buying just raw spare ingredients. So we'll make that gold and silver last a little bit longer. But if none of you have anything else to do at this time, you're going to set out to sea.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So I will ask this: who is steering the vessel? Who is the active sailor?
Hi.
All right.
I actually think he has kind of like a no touchy. I got that. Well, honestly, it's no shade to like Faiza or Lagaya, but if anybody was helping him, it would be Gani. He and Gani know each other a little bit ish, but they were on this boat together. So I think he would know, he would believe that Gani could assist, not actually steer, but assist in ways.
Okay. And since you do have proficiency with water vehicles, yes,
I do.
The speed of your Bilangai is 40 feet. And any checks are going to be made with your ability score modifier of choice plus your proficiency with the tool. So
You said 40 feet?
40 feet, yes. And you set out to sail. Where are you going?
Did anyone No, they guess. Could anyone see or know which way the boat went that the thing took?
Persuasion check to have asked people retroactively.
Yeah, with guidance. Because fuck and that. Oh gosh. Okay. No. That's a 4
A 4.
with guidance. I wrote a 2.
Wow.
Okay.
Unless somebody was assisting me, which I doubt.
Does anyone else here have persuasion and would have been assisting Talrock?
You don't want my help.
No, you don't want my help either.
This is the glory
Faiza would have
of...
Faiza would have probably asked around as
Okay.
well.
So go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. That's a 13.
Okay.
Hey, it's better than a 4.
It's better than 4.
Is
Yes, it is. By like 9.
I'm sorry. That's not a 4. That's a 3.
So by 10. You're better by 10. You ask around, and while a lot of people are very sullen and withdrawn away from the question of a stranger, someone does respond to you, telling you that they saw the boat at heading north.
okay.
You know offhand that directly north of Adlaato is one island in particular. It's part of the reason this island is responsible for why Adlaato is so naturally more humid than the rest of the islands in the world. As far as you can tell, as far as you know, the boat that was stolen is headed towards Putawanan.
Ooh. What do I remember about Putawanan?
Putawanan is, while some islands in the world has volcanoes, like Tamanduk or Kotapalon or Tulunan, Putawanan doesn't have volcanoes. It has a mountain range. It's also one of the only places in the world that has a copious supply of iron, which is otherwise valued very highly in the world. You also know that it is rumored that that is where the celestial eater known as Arimaonga runs and plays, jumping off of mountains and using them essentially as scratching posts from his immense size. You know that the spirits there are a little different than some of the spirits elsewhere, if only for the fact that they are spirits of mountains, and as such, their innate personalities are just different than that of water or one of the volcano spirits or just a lake spirit or even a hill spirit.
So completely interesting to Faiza.
Yeah. You also know that while there are 2 primary mining settlements, these two are on the coastline, but there is one settlement that is high in the mountains as well. It is the highest settlement in all of the world, known as Him Papariron, and we will spell that in both the Zoom chat and in the Twitch chat. And you know that if it's heading there, it could be heading anywhere, as Putawanan is also the largest island in the world.
Okay. So as I come back to myself from this memory, I relay all of that information to everyone. Sounding more and more excited as I do.
And sorry, Cliff Notes. We think they're heading north towards Patawanan, but that's really all we have to go off of.
Correct.
Yeah.
There are 3 settlements, but the island is huge, and so we've only got so much to go off of.
That's valid. Tyler Rock would just. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, I can get us to Patawanan, at least.
Would well, who among us would have been to Putawanan before?
I would easily say that Ghani has been there before, given his trade
Mhm.
as a Pandai whipsmith, as well as a merchant assistant. Um, I would say that Faiza hasn't been there before, given her studious nature, and there's no actual library there. Can you actually roll me a just straight int check, Faiza?
Straight int, 15.
15. Um, there's no library or a grand reserve of knowledge in Putawanan. However, there is a spirit there that would have your interest. Um, this spirit's name, if I can pull it up here, is the Jeweled Hawk. The Jeweled Hawk is unique for spirits, as spirits go, even among Putawanan, because while many spirits um, don't uh, have any kind of tangential relationships, they have very direct relationships with the people around them. The Jeweled Hawk is ostentatious. It is hoarding of wealth and treasure, and in a lot of circles, especially yours, knowledge is valued as treasure. So there's good odds that the Jeweled Hawk, wherever it holds its not annual but rare gala, that if you were able to attend there at one point, you could get access to some of its treasure and therefore some of its knowledge base.
Okay. So yeah, as Faiza is relaying this information that she received from a random person who was very intimidated by her size and straightforward nature, you notice her voice getting more and more excited the more she talks about Putalanan.
I guess. Okay, yeah. Then I will get us to. Well, I will get us going, and we'll figure out from there.
Um, you travel heading north. It'll take you a few days to get up there. Um, but as you do, the weather is pleasant. It's nice. There's no storms like what was happening on Adlato. But on the third day,
On the
um,
third day.
on the third day, uh, Lagaya,
Hello.
you notice a few dark shapes following you in the water.
Oh, I don't like that.
You can see that looking at it closer, it's not a few, it's one. And the dark shapes keep flitting in and out of sight. It is huge and following you very easily.
Not to alarm everyone else on this boat. Does anyone else see those in the water? And I point the dark shapes out to everyone else.
I do a look.
You do a look. You look at where Lagaya is pointing. You see this very dark, massive shape just underneath the water. And you see that parts of it keep coming up above the water. It looks like fins.
Does this look familiar to me from either my time with the flotilla or stories that I have been told from my family's time on the in the flotilla?
I would have also looked as I'm, guiding the ship, kind of stepping away as I can. But
Sure. Faiza, can you roll me either you're relying on your knowledge base, so it's an int check, or you're calling a memory, in which case it is a wisdom check at advantage.
I'll take that wisdom check at advantage.
And I'll allow you a knowledge nature check.
Okay.
That's a 17 for me.
A 17. Okay. You recall an incident when you were much younger of your family seeing something that looked very similar to this, but on a smaller scale, and causing them all to panic and try and mass move the flotilla. Some of the spellcasters that were on the flotilla used water spells, shape water, control water, to immediately push the flotilla away from this thing. Talak, what did you get?
I'm scared now, but I got a 26.
A 26? You know
A frightened
exactly what this
26.
is.
Yeah, I'm like,
While there are many monsters in the world, some serpentine, some humanoid, some take on somewhat familiar shapes.
mm-hmm.
And as this thing surfaces from the water, you recognize this instantly as a tiburon.
I beg your pardon?
You all see as this massive shark leaves the water, and instead of side fins, it has these massive bat wings, as it is flying faster than it was swimming at the boat.
These are Mac's favorite creatures. You don't understand.
And that is where we'll end for this week.
It's only 8.
We've got half an hour.
But how we can do this? Maybe.
We have
Really
so
want
much
to die in half
longer.
an hour?
Yeah, let's do it. Come on.
But we'll pick up next week.
No.
Why are we ending so early?
No.
Thank you all for tuning in for this week's episode.
God, I want to fight the tiburones now. My babies.
Next
my
week.
babies.
Next week, Mac.
But they're my babies.
I know they are. Anywho, let's go around and reintroduce ourselves. Let's go. I'll throw it to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, who are you and who have you been tonight?
Hi, so I'm Mackenzie the Armis, Mackenzie Lindier on Twitter. I have played Ligaya, the party's headhunter. You can find me here every week. You can also find me every Sunday, though we're taking this next Sunday off, over on the lovely Critical Bards channel, playing Creature Collectors, DM'd by the wonderful Lily Sparks. You can also check me out. I do work with MCDM. I'm going to have stuff coming out in their magazine Arcadia via their Patreon soon. I'm doing work for Kingdoms and Warfare. And I've got a bunch of other cool projects in the work that are secret and exciting. I also got the chance to work with Latia over on DM's Guild for Fun Sized, which is a book that is all about gods and turning gods into babies and babysitting gods. And it hit copper bestseller in the first week, and it's absolutely heckin' wild. Like, dang, y'all, babies. And that's been super exciting. But yeah, you can check me out over on Twitter, and I'll keep you all updated on the cool stuff I am doing.
Who do you want to throw it to?
Yeah, I will throw it since I tagged CB in my spiel. Let us, CB.
Okay, crap. Yeah. Hi, my name is. I was looking for something before I got. Anywho, hi, my name is Omega Jones, also known as the Critical Bard. Critical Bard across all social media channels. You can catch me everywhere because that's what I do. But this weekend, tomorrow. See, why'd you do this to me? Tomorrow in the morning, you can catch me on Ashes F. Asmarin over on Open for Adventure. But after that, which I'll be leaving them early for, unfortunately, at no, that's a lot. I might be over there. But most importantly, you can find me at Roll20Con tomorrow. We're at 10 a.m. I want to say Pacific. So that's 12 noon Central. I'll be playing Harlem Unbound with Honey and Dice and some awesome people. Also on Sunday at 12 a.m. 12 a.m.
Oh my.
That's a typo. 12 p.m. It's like, hold on. 12 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Central. You can catch me with a couple of folks as we have a panel on gender and identity development through roleplay. So check that out. And yeah, I don't really have much else. Also, what's next week? Oh, I'll announce that next week. That's not important. But that's it for me, really. Josh.
Hey, what's up? My name is Josh. You can find me at Joshua M. Simons across pretty much every social media platform that exists. And I stream here on Twitch at Joshua Simons. Someone stole the M. I stream on Wednesdays and Sundays. So coming up here on Sunday, I'll probably play Stardew Valley or something. Who knows? Tomorrow, very exciting. You can find me over at Lily Sparks's Twitch channel. She is doing a big 3-day birthday celebration And tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a storytellers panel with Mac. Are you? Yeah, you're in that. Mac is in that.
Yes, I forgot to plug that. I am in that thing.
It's gonna be great. Gabe James Games and also Lucia, who was involved with the Sina Una project, and Ed Greenwood. So some cool people. And then immediately after that, at 4:30 p.m., I will be playing in my first ever game of Masks as the second half of that extravaganza for me tomorrow. That'll be fun. So come hang out and watch as I play an angsty teenage superhero, because it's gonna be great. That's me. Latia.
Hold on, I was proclaiming my love for Murphy in the chat. Hi, I'm Latia Jacquis at Latia Jacquis across all social medias. Tomorrow I literally just pulled it up. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central Time, myself and the rivals are boldly going somewhere for Roll20Con. We're playing Star Trek. All of the rivals minus Brandon, who won't be there because of it's Scarathon. We'll be joined by the wonderful Brian, aka Urban Bohemian. There is no rivals this Sunday because 2 of our party are out doing things. What things? Who knows? But we're taking a week off, but you can still catch us streaming. Sharif will be streaming most likely some Hades, because that's real fun. And on Monday, I've got a really cool announcement. It's finally here. The time is now. The announcement is soon. So be on the lookout for that. And other than that, I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. So before I talk about me, we have some winners for giveaways. In the chat, Derry Dice Roller, you've won our D&D Beyond giveaway, and ever so happy, you've won our Eldritch Foundry giveaway. You'll be contacted soon about your winnings, and congratulations on your luck.
Your winnings.
But I am HD Paladin. I have been your DM for the evening. I'm the co-director of the Islands of Sina Una. I also have a book coming out. The Kickstarter launches on the 26th of November. It's called Polyhedral. I've just sat down with a bunch of other TTRPG book developers, just talking about the process, talking about the stresses, and keep an eye out for that. All that said, thank you for tuning in this week. It was wonderful working on the book, and it's wonderful to see just people liking the stuff that we put out there. And with all that said, we're now going to raid our friend With a Brick. She's playing a horror game right now, and you can see her jump as she has a scary announcement set up for this month when people raid her. So stay tuned, and see y'all next week when we fight a flying shark.
Bye.
Oh boy. Help.